But first, I want to take a moment to make note of Joseph A. Violante, who's here. Joseph, come on and stand up here, Joe. You are standing, but I mean, come forward so everybody can see you. Joe is the retiring National Legislative Director of the Disabled American Veterans and has done an unbelievably great job for a long period of time. I reminded him in the annual room a minute ago, my very first hearing when Senator Blumenthal and I took over the leadership of this committee, you were one of the first people to testify, and we appreciate your work on behalf of veterans. We appreciate the fact that you served our country in combat in Vietnam. We really appreciate the fact you married a very beautiful woman who's with you today. Where is she? Stand up, dear. Joe, we thank you for your service and appreciate all you've done for the Marine Corps, all you've done for the United States of America, and all you've done for this committee. Thank you very much. When I spoke to the American Legion at the beginning of this year in January, I made 5 points about the 5 things I wanted our committee to try and accomplish and work on in terms of the beginning of the new leadership of this committee. And first and foremost was veterans' homelessness and women's issues in the VA. Today we're here to talk about veterans' homelessness in our country, which while it's improving in terms of lessening, is still a great problem for many, many veterans coming home. We have 2 distinguished panels who will talk about the issue. I'm looking forward to their testimony. From 2010 to 2014, the number of homeless veterans has decreased by 1/3. But when that ends up being 49,933 homeless veterans, that's way too many. There are ways in our communities that we can meet the needs of these veterans who are unique in their problems that cause the homelessness in the first place, as we have learned from the veterans courts, which we've established, which are becoming so successful in helping veterans who have that first-time brush with the law after they come home to get them back on the straight and narrow. And one of the problems with those who are not on the straight and narrow is the homeless issue. So we're going to talk about that today, and I know Ms. Ho is going to talk today about the city of Houston, I read your testimony correctly, and the city of New Orleans, both of which have substantially and effectively eliminated veterans' homelessness. Now we'll also hear from the oldest, the Swords to Plowshares organization in San Francisco, California, that has been one of the nation's leaders for almost 40 years in providing services to veterans who are on the streets of our cities, and in that case, the city of San Francisco. These stories will help us in making and setting the priorities we need to set in this committee to see to it that veterans' homelessness is a footnote in history, not a chapter in every day's history book. And with that said, I'll turn it over to Ranking Member Blumenthal.